What's up, friends? How's it going? Get this live stream going, get the music going in the background here. Let me start the track over. Bam, we'll get that going. All right, welcome to Chaos Live, the live stream that I like to do to hang out with all you awesome people, answer questions, it could be military related, non-military related, just not political. And then we just get to hang out. So welcome. We got a notification platoon is on it and in the stream. We got Quentin, we got your dad. We got Soviet Soldier, Boxer 44, Shut Up. We got Sergeant Fishbowl 99, Jared, SAS Recruiter, Jacob, T-Dog, American Terrorist, Josh, Jonathan, 9mm Madness, Nicholas, Doug the Eliminator, Skechers Kid Gaming, Steven Edwards. Hey, me again. Atomic Journey is on that disc. I still got to watch that disc. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I will watch it. So, what's happening, everybody? How's the music in the background? How's the music in the background? Okay. Hopefully, it should be a good level. I did a little test before I kind of got started. So, if you have questions, you can leave them in the chat. If you're watching this for some reason after it was live, if you want to comment in the comment section of the video, sometimes I can get back to those and still comment or answer questions on there. So, how's everybody's Saturday evening going? Obviously, we're doing this on a Saturday for obvious reasons. Tomorrow being the big game, and I don't want to compete with the big game. I'm not the Puppy Bowl. I can't compete with that. All right, so what's up, Jonathan? What's up, Doug the Eliminator? Let's see. Carson, California is checking in, sir. Carson, California. What's up, Joe? Let's see what we got. Love the music, Chase. Good. Good. I got a good. I'm doing it a little differently. Normally I just do a playlist. This one kind of randomly making it go. I need to do like a live stream playlist. Maybe just build it into like the software that I use. That'd probably be a lot better. But I got to get into it and do it. So I don't know. Hey Joe, the music doesn't suck. The music is awesome, Joe. What are you talking about? Just did adopt a road with my JROTC unit this morning. Well, awesome. That's cool. That's good stuff. Watching Life PD. Life PD is awesome. I got hooked on that. We started watching that a while back. I think last year sometime, and we got hooked on it for a while. And we were just watching the hell out of it. So it's good. It's better than Cops. It's live. It's a live version of Cops. It's amazing. Go Patriots. I'm not a fan of either of those teams. I guess I'll root for the Rams because I'm from California, but I mean, the Patriots probably have a better chance of winning. I don't know, though. What's my favorite music artist? Technically, my all-time favorite is still Metallica. But as far as ones I currently listen to the most, it's going to be like either Parkway Drive, A Day to Remember, or, I forgot to turn off the lights. The other lights that I usually have on. Let's see, I forget what some other bands are. Miss May I. There's a lot of different ones that I like to watch or listen to. So Pennsylvania is freaking cold. Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably pretty cold over there. Who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Yeah, the Rams. I guess I'll probably root for the Rams. I ship off to Marine Corps boot camp on March 18th, not Army. I just like your channel. Well, that's fine. I'm not against any other branches of the military. Everybody, some people just, okay. So since you're going to Marine boot camp, the word of advice, a lot of Marines get all like big-headed and feel like the Marines are the only thing that matters and nothing else matters. Just don't become that Marine, because there's a lot of those Marines out there that like think that the Marines are the best around. I mean, sure, but they might be okay, whatever, great. I don't really have an opinion on which military branch is the best, but that drives me nuts when a particular, like even if it was someone in the Army saying that Army's the best, you can't really say that. We need each other. All right, we're one team, one fight. What kind of boots recruits get these days? They're like, I don't know, like the brand or anything like that. There's just like these tan kind of colored, khaki colored boots. So games tonight, that's the plan. We'll see. I plan on wanting to do that, but we'll have to kind of play it by ear, and we'll see how it kind of goes. But I don't know if I'm not sure, 100% sure what game to play yet. Something military related. I don't know. It might just end up being Insurgency again. I've usually been doing that the last couple of live streams. But I'd like to try to mix it up. It just depends on if I'm able to pull something together in enough time. I was actually going to live stream last night, do a gaming one, but I forgot to edit together the Road to Baton episode that goes on Saturdays. So I had to end up doing that last night, and I didn't have enough time after I was done to do a gaming live stream. So that's why there might be a doubleheader tonight. So we'll see. Do you ever fire the Uzi? I did when I was in Honduras, not in the military. I've done one as a civilian after I was out of the military. It was a Uzi with a silencer. I think it was cool. So, is JROTC helpful when going to the Army, going to JROTC next year? It is. I mean, you'll learn some stuff, and then sometimes it'll also help to kind of like get you to come in the Army at a higher rank. It just kind of depends. The max they can, if you do all 4 years, the max they can bring you in is an E3, but that's not always the case. You might not always get to come in as an E3. So, but yeah, I'd say JROTC will definitely help because you'll be a little bit ahead of everybody else that's starting fresh in the Army. So that'll be very helpful, I feel like. Life PD confirms the fact that society has evolved into a complete sewer. It's a good show though. I like watching it. I like the Black Album with Sandman. Black Album's pretty good. I think my all-time favorite Metallica album is Injustice for All, though, probably. I don't know. I like that one the best. ASVAB study tips. Just go online. There's a lot of study things online. I didn't really study when I went and did the ASVAB, so. But online, there's a lot of different websites that have a lot of good study guides or whatever, or study little practice quizzes that are pretty good. So MRAs are amazing. They're okay. I don't think they're great. I don't know. Did you see the new AR500 off the charts, sir? No, I have not seen that. I think we were talking about that in that little random live stream I did Thursday night. But I haven't really checked out any information on them or checked them out, really. So I don't know anything about them. I think you should play Modern Warfare 3. That's the new one, right? Yeah, I don't have that one yet. See, the thing is I could probably do single player mode, but I'm really bad online, so I don't feel like it makes very good entertainment when I'm sucking and doing really bad. But if we're doing like a first person, you know, or player one player kind of game, you know, where it's just solo, just me, then I feel like that's a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, let's set a stream goal. Let's do 50 again, because we're still kind of, you know, we'll see. We'll have people coming in and out of the stream. You know, right now we're at 31 people right now. So if all 31 people like it, that gets us to 30. But there's some of those people will leave, and then other people will come back in and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to set a stream goal of 50. Let's see if we can get to 50 tonight before the stream ends. All right, so that's the goal. So make sure that if you're enjoying this, you're having a good time, hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Chris by Squad, it's realistic as it gets. I'll have to look that up. I'll try to remember. Squad? Is it available on Steam? If it's available on Steam, I might try to check that out. Why the Army? It was just the one that was a little bit more persistent. The recruiter was, I guess. So I just went with that. Have you tried the pizza MRE? I have not. I want to get my hands on one. I'm not sure if it's actually out, like in the cases that's being distributed out to soldiers yet, or if they've just been like kind of like here and there giving it to people to try out. Because I've seen some stuff online where people are trying them from the Army and stuff, but I don't know if they're actually in the cases yet. So I don't know. I want to try it out though. I gotta get my hands on one though. And if I get my hands on one, I'll do a video of trying it out. But I haven't got my hands on one, so I can't actually do that. So, Valentine's Day is coming up. It is. Valentine's Day is coming up. It can be an expensive holiday sometimes. I had one Valentine's Day. It was a really good Valentine's Day, though. I loved it. It was something I really wanted to do, which also worked out good for my girlfriend because it was something that she liked to do as well. And we did this weekend in Denver for Valentine's Day. They happened to have a UFC fight in Denver. I was actually in Broomfield, just north of Denver. And they had a UFC fight that night on Valentine's Day. So we did a Valentine's Day weekend up there in Broomfield where we got a hotel, stayed up there, went and got a limo. The limo took us to the aquarium, out to dinner, roamed around. They had like a special on like the limo for like 4 or 5 hours, which I didn't end up using it for that long because otherwise we would have been out until like 3 in the morning or something like that. So I only used it for part of the time. And then the next day we went to the UFC fights. It was awesome. That was my favorite Valentine's Day ever. So, Wrong Side of Heaven is a great song. It's a good song. I like that one. 31,454. Well, 53 now. Somebody unsubscribed. But yeah, it's getting there. We're on the road to 500 or 50,000. At 500,000, it's got a ways to go. So before we get to there, thoughts on 31 Bravo? I don't even know what a 31 Bravo is. What's a 31 Bravo? 31 Bravo MOS is Army Police. Oh, duh. I don't know why I didn't know that. Military Police. It's good. You know, that's a good MOS, especially if you want to get involved with law enforcement. I think that's a great MOS to get involved with. So, Pizza MRA, I tried them. It was okay. Yeah, I don't imagine it'd be great, but it'd be interesting just to check it out. What rank in what MOS would you want most if you could get it? There was I keep on forgetting what it was. 25 Victor, something like that. There's like a video production person that you can do stuff. I forget what it is. I think it's like a 25 Victor. Let's see, 25 Victor. Yeah, combat documentation production specialist. 25 Victor. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. It's probably hard to get though. So, do you know any Green Berets? A couple, but not very well. I'm not like best buds with any. Really, I have some like acquaintances, but not like best friends or anything like that. No. Well, Special Forces are Green Berets. Squad is 39 on Steam with a very positive rating. Is there a first-person mode, like a one-player mode, solo mode, though? Jay the Vorn, what's happening, man? Welcome. One of our awesome moderators here to hang out. We got, like, I think almost all of our moderators in here hanging out. That's pretty cool. I think, I don't know if we're missing any. I lost track of, I think we're only one missing is Richard hasn't been into the stream for a while. Where the hell is Richard at? I think that's the only moderator we might be missing is Richard. So, is there a band called Five Knuckle Shuffle? I've never heard of. I know Five Finger Death Punch. What's up with the Patreon? Not a whole lot. I haven't been doing a whole lot with Patreon. I'm trying to get it to where my channel has that membership feature, which I figure that'd be a lot easier to manage, and like kind of have better perks for. But YouTube hasn't given me that. The qualifications for it is 30,000 subscribers. I'm over 30,000 subscribers, but they haven't yet given me the membership thing. I mean, I'll keep Patreon is probably going to change a little bit. I'll probably still keep the Patreon, but it'll be a different kind of thing where maybe like a sponsorship thing where if someone wants to like sponsor like $20 or something higher, and then they get some kind of special perk, like maybe their name in the credits of a video or on the channel. I don't know yet. But the main one I still want to do is the YouTube membership feature, which I haven't yet gotten access to, even though I meet the requirements for it. So I don't know what the deal is with that, when that's going to come about. I talked to somebody on Twitter from YouTube, but they kind of gave me a really canned kind of answer. I need to maybe try to send someone like an email, maybe see if I get a better answer or get the ball rolling a little bit better. I don't know. Sometimes it's really finicky with that. That's like when they had the community feature available for people who hit 10,000 subscribers. Now it's available for much shorter, but at the time it was only available for people with 10,000 or more. And it still took me a little bit after 10,000 before I got the community feature available. So that's kind of how I feel like it is sometimes. So I don't know. I feel like you should have more than 31,000 subs. I wish I had more than 31,000 subs. You know, I guess you just gotta earn it. You know, can't say that I deserve to have it, I guess, or whatever. I just gotta earn it. And I do my best. I try to entertain as much people as I can. Some of my videos get a lot of views sometimes, but sometimes those views don't equal subscribers. Maybe people don't really want to hit the subscribe button. I don't know. But, you know, I do my best. I try to put high-quality information out there, high-quality videos, and try to listen to all of you amazing people because you're the people that want to watch. So that's why I do, like, those polls for 2 Minute Tuesday, or we'll ask you guys stuff in here, or do polls for different things to try to find out, you know, what you guys are interested in to try to entertain you and give you the knowledge you want to know. I have, like, a whole list of videos I want to do. I know some people have been requesting for, like, Sniper School and Sapper School and all sorts of other ones, and I have them on my list. I just haven't got to them. And then we have amazing people like WB, who does donations, super chats. Thank you very much. You rock. You're awesome. Thank you for the $5 donation. The lights blink because you are awesome. Thank you. So, I don't usually smoke, but when I do, they're at least 60 years old. What? What do you think about the Army's new PT test? Do you think it's necessary? I think it's good. The thing, like, logistically, it'll be a pain to be able to get all the equipment and schedule it and set it up and all that kind of stuff like that. But I feel like it's going to be a better test of someone's physical abilities to be able to perform in combat than just running for 2 miles, doing so many push-ups, doing so many sit-ups. Sure, that does measure your physical fitness level by being able to run and being able to do push-ups and sit-ups, but I think this new one will measure it better, I feel like. And even some studies I've read supposedly say that yes, that this new one will reduce injuries, will better evaluate someone of how they'll do in combat situations and everything. So I like the new one. The only thing I don't like about the new one is like I'm glad I'm not in the Army, because it would be such a pain in the ass to try to coordinate for a PT test, to even probably practice for one, because we used to do things like we would do diagnostic PT tests to try to be able to see where you're at and see what you need to improve on. It's gonna be really hard to be able to do diagnostics without trying to get your hands on all that equipment. So that's kind of the hard part. Can you do a video on different salutes, or did you make one already? Different salutes, it's really just one salute. I mean, I have a video on when to salute and when not to salute, but it's pretty much one salute. Only there's different salutes. How's the weather there, by the way? It's been great. Today was actually in the 60s. I think yesterday was actually in the 70s. I don't know what the hell's going on. That polar vortex thing, I think, has made it really cold in some areas and warmed up other areas and done some weird stuff, I think, with our atmosphere and our climate and all the craziness. I don't know. So it's been pretty warm, fairly-ish, at least the last couple days anyways. Let's get the vid to 100 likes. That'd be good too. 100 likes would be good. I mean, we're at 24, so we still got a ways to go, but I'm just setting a goal at 50. 50 likes. Let's get the stream to 50 likes. Honestly, what you've put up literally helped me so much. Well, good. That's always the idea, is to hopefully help you guys out or entertain you. I mean, because some of the viewers, yes, are either people who want to join the military, planning on joining the military, whether it's Army or not Army sometimes, because sometimes it helps helps for either branch, really. And then some people are just interested, wanting to know what soldiers go through, what they have to do to get it. And that's always my goal, is to either help those who want to join and entertain those who are just curious, I guess. Do you do any sports before you went in the Army? No, I wasn't a very good sports person. I sucked at sports. I still probably suck at sports. I don't play any sports. I like watching MMA. I wouldn't be very good at it, but I like watching it. What did you like about the Army? The people. Sometimes the people were pretty cool. Some of the leadership sucks sometimes, but that's anywhere. You always have like employment jobs where sometimes you have good bosses and bad bosses. That's nothing different. But I don't know, the people. Sometimes the travel. Other than Iraq, I wasn't a big fan of traveling to Iraq, really. I mean, but in the long run, I am kind of glad that I got to see some of the sights, I guess, of Iraq, even though it wasn't under the best circumstances. But yeah, going to basic in April. My MOS will be at 25 Victor. What, you lucky son of a... That seems like it would be an awesome MOS. So after, so it'd be probably sometime like later this year, by the time you finish up, you got to make sure to come back to Chaos Live. Let me know what the MOS is like. I want to know. Is it cool? Is it awesome? Is it as awesome as it sounds? Or do you just get stuck doing a lot of crappy stuff when you're maybe a private in that MOS, just doing a bunch of junk work, and then all the other people get to do all the fun stuff? I don't know. That sounds like it'd be an amazing MOS. I wouldn't go back in the Army to go do it, because I don't want to do PG tests and weapons qualification and all the other Army crap anymore. But oh, Ethan, where are you? Sometimes these questions come pretty quick. And was it dryer? Is that what it was? Ethan, I thought I saw it. Crap, where'd it go? Okay, yeah, right there. Sometimes they go fast, so it's not personal. I made a 60 on my ASVAB. What is a good MOS for me? That's not, like, if you're 60 for AFQT, the main score from your ASVAB was a 60. That's good because it'll allow you to qualify for bonuses and everything. But that doesn't tell you what MOS you're going to be able to qualify for. It's more like, if you've seen some of my episodes of MOS Monday, there's different categories of that MOS, and based on how you score in those categories is going to determine what MOS you qualify for. Your overall score is not going to tell me what you qualify for. So you can always go and score in like clerical, what you scored in combat sections, in the artillery section, all that stuff, because those section is what's going to make up what you qualify for, not your overall score. Your overall score is really just going to determine if you qualify to be in the Army and if you qualify to receive bonuses for a potential MOS that's giving out bonuses. So there you go. But yeah, nobody take it personal. If I missed your question, it's most likely not because I didn't want to answer your question. Sometimes I don't know the answer, so sometimes I breeze through them. And if I'm quickly breezing through and I don't know the answer to it, sometimes I might skip over your question, sure. But for the most part, I can't read every single question sometimes, so I have to kind of jump around a little bit. So I'm sorry if I missed your question. Nothing personal. You're still awesome. I still love you all. Ammo supply all the way. What is it? Oh, she does demonetization Chris's life. What are you talking about? Demonetization? I used to do archery, then I stepped up to firearms. Oh, that's pretty cool. Can Aussies join the U.S. Army? Only if you had like a green card. You'd have to have a green card to qualify to join, and then if you're going to stay in for a certain amount of period of time, you have to get U.S. citizenship. So that kind of depends. So you don't necessarily have to, like, after a certain amount of time of being in the Army, you will eventually have to get your citizenship. But you can start off just having a green card, and then if you choose to get out after a couple of years or whatever, I think the case is, I forget what the max is, you can stay in with just a green card before you have to get a citizenship or you're going to get kicked out. So, but yeah, you're going to have at least have a green card. Can an officer get into Ranger School and Special Forces? They can. You want to, if that was like something that you particularly or anybody who's watching this wanted to do, you got to do that like right away, because you can only really do Special Forces at like some of the lower officer ranks, like a lieutenant, first lieutenant, second lieutenant kind of areas, maybe a captain. But then at some point, you're going to basically get stuck behind a desk, and you're not going to get to do the awesome Special Forces stuff that you maybe want to do. So that's the thing you got to watch out for. But yes, you can do Ranger and Special Forces and all the high-speed stuff as an officer as well. So that works. Edward is here, guys. What's up, man? We got a $1.99 donation from Edward. Doing dishes after big dinner party. Can I get what was it, hula? Maybe you meant to type hula, man. Thanks for the donation. Hopefully your dinner went well. Dishes suck. You need a dishwasher. Unless you have a dishwasher, and that's what you're referring to. I hate doing dishes. Dishwasher is the way to go. If Chris misses your question, please come back to the video once it's processed for replay. Chris usually answers those. I agree. Exactly what Jay the Vorn says. Sometimes it's easier if you, if I miss your question, come back after the video is processed. Leave your question in the comment section. We got Edward with another super chat, man. Don't break the bank, man. Don't break the bank. It was at Charlie Driver. You should join the UK Army instead. Probably didn't have to super chat for that. You probably could just regular chat it for that. But I appreciate the $1.99 donation, Edward. You would address a specialist as specialist, correct? Yeah. I mean, technically, yes. But usually when you're like lower ranking soldiers, I mean, you don't really do that. You'd be like, call them by their last name. If they're Smith, hey Smith, or whatever. Some units are like a little bit more stricter on that, like especially like sometimes infantry units will be pretty strict on it. Like you're a private and you're talking to a specialist, then they'd be like, no, you're going to refer to him as Specialist Smith, whatever the case is. But a lot of other units aren't that strict until you're like someone's a corporal or an NCO kind of thing, or an officer, obviously. So, what do you think is better, 9mm or 45? I probably don't really have a choice. Either one, I'm sure gets the job done. Well, for some reason it won't let me super chat. Damn, well, what the heck? I don't know how to, I don't think I've ever done it. Have I done a super chat? I think I tried doing one once, and it required like my little CVC code, and I didn't feel like pulling out my wallet to find out what the code was in the back of my card. This link to it. But yeah, I don't think, like, especially if you're watching on mobile, I don't think mobile lets you do super chats. I think you have to be watching on a desktop. Maybe iOS does. I don't remember. I forget what the deal is, but I forget. The main important one is I need to get the damn feature to be able to have memberships, because I would prefer that over anything. Like, donations on here are awesome, but yeah. We got another super chat, WB. I married my dishwasher. I don't think your spouse would be very happy to hear that, but but yes, I agree. I have someone that does my dishes as well. Thank you very much, Jesse. And my laundry. So, I get a little spoiled too. But I see where you're coming from. But thank you for the $5 donation. You rock. You're awesome. But yeah, I really need to get YouTube to give me that membership feature, because I think it'd be really cool. It's $4.99. It's a set price like all across YouTube. $4.99 a month, and the creator gets to set the perks. And I would have perks like probably special live streams for those individuals, for those members, where only those members can join that live stream. Probably early access to some of my videos, where you'd be able to see in the community tab, where you'd only those members would be able to see those videos, and they'd be able to watch them maybe a week or a few days or whatever before everybody else gets to see them, as well as, I guess, comment on them before everybody else can. So that would be a feature. Probably merch discounts, all sorts of things I would like to be able to add into it, and I think it'd be pretty awesome. So hopefully at some point in time, YouTube will give me the dang feature to have memberships, because I think it'd be pretty cool. So, yeah. Does the officer see combat or do desk work? Lower like officers, like first lieutenant, second lieutenant, probably can. Around captain, you're probably less likely. So it just kind of depends. But lieutenant, first lieutenant, second lieutenant, depend on your MOS too, what job they are, they can. So, is this just the same song that's been playing over and over again? Or has it been playing different songs? I feel like it's just the same song over and over again. I'm not sure. I don't even know where it's at on this thing playlist. Hopefully Metal Triple Trailer. Yeah, it's been playing different songs. For some reason, I feel like it's like the same song just looping over and over again. I was trying to look at that. I was like, what the heck's going on there with that? Let me see. Okay, yeah, this sounds different. Okay. I was making sure it wasn't the same song over and over again. Anyone can supercharge mobile or desk? Oh, for super chat, mobile or desktop? Well, that's good then. Because I know at one point in time the super chats were only available for certain things. Oh, Doug's got a question. Chris, would you like to be a drill sergeant in today's army? It'd probably be fun. I wouldn't want to do the drill sergeant training. The training for drill sergeants kind of sucks, it sounds like. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know if I'd want to deal with that training. Mobile does. I have done, oops, where'd it go? I have done super chats on my mobile. Oh, okay, so that works. Edward, speaking of which, Edward is dropping down another $1.99 super chat, man. Thank you very much. Worst money pits for single soldiers? Strip clubs, probably. Either strip clubs or sometimes some people get, you know, too crazy with cars or whatever, where they figure, oh, I don't have to pay rent, so I can use all of my paycheck to do a car payment, which they get over the head with it. Clubs, going out drinking, so depending on their age, that one could be pretty good one. I'm trying to think what else I've seen soldiers kind of get crazy and blow a bunch of money on. Sometimes just getting crazy and just buying stuff too. I think the bigger ones are probably gonna be like your strip clubs, bars, and then probably next would probably be just people spending too much money on buying like TVs and video game systems and all stuff like that, and living beyond their means and getting crazy with that kind of stuff. So, and then you got another super chat, Edward. Man, you're dope, man. Thank you for the super chat. Can you recommend my channel? Well, I've done it before, man. I mean, I can't force anybody, but if, you know, people want to go and, you know, I think if you, when you hover over Edward's name, you get the little 3 dots and you click on that, you get some options to, you know, go to that channel. So later, if you guys want to go check out that channel, go do so. But I always recommend, man, make sure you have good content on there. I don't like recommending channels that don't have anything on there, though. You've only got a few live streams. You need to start building some content. We got Vanilla Butcher with a $10, was that New Zealand money? I don't even know what that converts to. But thank you for the donation. You're awesome. What is the difference in leadership types/styles between warrant officers and a commissioned officer? So really, like, the big difference usually between like a warrant officer and a commissioned officer is their role. A warrant officer typically is like supposed to be like an expert in their field. So like, for an example, you might have a warrant officer in maintenance section, and they're like the expert maintenance person, right? That kind of facilitates certain training things to make sure training is being conducted, make sure things are being maintained properly. And it's kind of a different role. It's not really the same role as an actual commissioned officer, where a commissioned officer will be more in a leadership position, like a platoon leader, you know, leading a platoon, or be an XO for a company or a company commander or something like that, where the warrant officer is more like a technical kind of expert kind of person. And that's kind of really the difference. So it's not really like a warrant officer can be in a leadership position, like in command and different things like that, but that's not a very common thing that happens. Most commonly, the warrant officers are just kind of in these kind of expertise kind of positions. And then the officers, the commission officers, are the ones that are like leading platoons, leading companies, all that kind of stuff. So that's usually how it kind of goes. Buy that Mustang with 45% interest, yeah, or APR, yeah. Car dealerships around post or death traps, yeah. So those are definitely also things that soldiers kind of get in over their head with financially. They can be a little crazy at times, so you got to watch out for that. March 18th is the week after spring break. What's March 18th? Something happened after March 18th? That's the day after the Bataan Memorial Death March that I'll be doing. So that day I'll be traveling back to Colorado. Probably really super sore. Question, I leave for basic on Tuesday. Any experience or anything with Fort Jackson? I've never been to Fort Jackson. Most of the basics are very similar though. So I mean, it's not going to matter too much on the post as far as the training usually. The only thing that'll come into play is the weather. So like if you're going to basic training in an area that's really hot or really cold, then that will play in a factor. But for the most part, most of the basic trainings are very alike and very similar. If you're going to Fort Jackson for basic, build up upper body strength for the Victory Tower. Like everybody has like something like that, like a little confidence course kind of a thing. Even Fort Benning had that, where you had to do it, where you had to climb up a tower and all that kind of stuff. So all of them kind of have something similar to that. $10 in New Zealand is about $6.90. Good to know. Right, is that what it is? New Zealand? I don't know if that's NZ stands for something else. That's just the first thing that comes to my head is New Zealand for some reason. But I don't know. I don't think that's what that stands for, though, is it? I don't think so. Ed's got 20 subs. Man, see? Edward, you're working on it. You just got the big thing you got to work on, Edward, is building content, because that's what people look for to subscribe to. Like, I've built a lot of content on mine, so hopefully people are seeing that content, and that's what makes them subscribe, because they like the content and that's coming out. If you only have a little bit of stuff, it's hard to build traction when you only have a couple of videos on your channel at first. Sometimes you got to build a little bit of a library of different informative videos, and you can't really just solely do live streams unless you're like a gamer or certain other kind of genres. It's hard to really build an audience if that's all you have is live streams. So you also got to kind of build some kind of content that people find value in. So that's always the big thing too. Warrant officers are scarier. Most of the ones I've known are pretty chill and pretty cool, because you figure most, like, unless you're dealing with pilots, pretty much all warrant officers started off as enlisted soldiers. They worked their way up to probably like E5, E6, and then became a warrant officer because they wanted to become a warrant officer. So most of them know what it's like on the enlisted side and have worked their way up to that. The only exception to that is pilots, really, because they can come off the streets to become a warrant officer. So most of the ones I've known are pretty cool. Did you do airborne? If not, would you? I did not. And would I? No, probably not. A lot of people that do airborne end up with knee injuries sometimes. I don't know. Not everybody, but a lot of them I know. My ship out date for Fort Lost in the Woods is March 18th. Oh man, that's you'll be heading off to Fort Lost in the Woods, Fort Leonard Wood. The same time I'll be coming back from the Bataan. So you're doing the Bataan Death March on St. Patrick's Day? Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day? Nah, that's okay. I'm not like a big like partier kind of person, but yeah, so it'll be March 17th is the Bataan. So, and then there's another road march that I want to do that I'm already planning for in August. August 30th in Denver, there's a 50-miler that sounds fun. I talked about it in that little random live stream that I did on Thursday, but that one you're going like all over like the city. They give you a map and they tell you have to hit these checkpoints. So you pick your own route, but it's going to equal, even the most effective route is going to at least equal 50 miles. Whatever other route you choose might end up being more than 50 miles, and you have to do it under 20 hours. You start at 9 o'clock at night, so you go through the whole night, and I think that'd be awesome, really cool. So I'm excited to do that one. Edward with another super chat, $1 a whole lot of the content to see a whole lot of it, but it seems okay. I'm cool with it. My dog here. You guys want to see my dog? Come here, Zod. Zod. Come here. Come here, little buddy. Come here. Oh. So, say hi, Zod. Say hi. This is Zod. This is one of my dogs. This is my little buddy. Yeah. You want to say hi? Hi, guys. So I'm a big Superman fan, so that's why he's named Zod. Because he's, you know, like General Zod. He's a Chiweenie, half Dachshund, half Chihuahua. So that's Zod. And then I have another dog that's really big named Clutch. But he's probably upstairs. There you go. Be free. Be free, little puppy. He always comes down here and like sniffs around and stuff. What if you got fear of heights when you do the confidence course? You better figure out a way to get over it. Because I mean, there was people like I remember in basic training that was afraid of heights and they struggled with doing it. It's not like really a requirement to graduate, but you know, they're going to give you a hell of a lot of crap. Chris, one of my friends is considering joining the Army, and she was wondering what the easiest basic training location is. I don't know if there is one. I mean, I feel like a lot of them are going to be the same. There might be some that are harder than others, but I don't know what like the easiest one would be, and even the easiest one isn't necessarily easy. So it's kind of a tough question to really answer. I don't really know, because I only have the experience of doing Fort Benning. So that's the only basic training I've ever been to. So I don't really have a good answer for that, I guess. So petty recruits, you leave weapon at the defect. Yeah, you don't want to leave a weapon anywhere. Yes, that's General Zod. He's my bud. Why did I join? I just basically, you know, didn't have good enough grades to go to college. Didn't really have the money to go to college. Neither did my family. Didn't really want to try for grants or anything like that. So I figured the military would be the best, and try to, you know, afterwards get an education. But I ended up staying in much longer than I anticipated. I only planned on staying in the Army for 4 years, and 4 years ended up being almost 11. So, yeah. Have you ever tried hunting? I'm not a big hunter kind of fan. I mean, I have nothing against it, but I think the part I wouldn't want to do is I don't want to have to gut an animal, I guess. I don't know. It's gross. Tip, if you have a fear of heights, don't let them find out in basic. Yeah, they'll probably just screw you more, so you just got to try to fake it, even if you're kind of fearful or scared of doing it or whatever. So that's kind of the tough part. What do we have? We have 41 likes, 9 likes away from our goal, and we're at 39 minutes of the possible 1 hour live stream. So we got to get it in there. Oh, Master Reset. He said I skipped your question. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can find your question. Is 11 Bravo hard to get into ASVAB and training wise? Not really. Well, so, okay, I've explained it before, like on MOS Monday videos, where you don't really get to pick being 11 Bravo. For most cases, there are a few cases where you will get to, but the majority of cases, you're going to be assigned 11 X-Ray. And man, Edward with another super chat. Hang on, Edward. But for the most part, you're going to get assigned 11 X-Ray, which is like a temporary MOS that then once you go to OSIT, you'll either be assigned either 11 Bravo or 11 Charlie. Most people get assigned 11 Bravo though, however, but there is still a smaller percentage of people that will get assigned to be an 11 Charlie, which is a mortarman. So the ASVAB score comes down to the combat section, was like at 90 or 80 or something like that in the combat section of the ASVAB that you have to score to be able to qualify for that MOS. But I mean, it's not necessarily hard, I don't think. It's not one of those special unicorn, you know, MOSs that are hard to get. It's a fairly, very, very common actually MOS. So I wouldn't say it's a hard MOS to get into. Why do vets so often run for office? You're asking political questions again, man. I'm not a very political person, but I don't know. I mean, you know, just I don't know if there's a particular reason why veterans want to run for office. I guess it's the same reason why a normal person wants to run for office. They just want to make a difference or do something, you know, maybe be a political person. Maybe they're into politics. I don't know. And sometimes, you know, having that leadership, especially like officers, have that leadership kind of skills, and they want to, you know, continue doing that in some kind of political way. Best thing I can give you, I guess. I don't know. How come you stayed in the Army for 10 years? So I just kind of got stuck staying in for the Army for 10 years because originally when I was first eligible for getting out of the Army, I was in Korea. So I didn't want to get out of the Army from Korea because it'd be too hard to line up a job from there. and that probably would have meant moving back in with my parents once I got out of the Army, because I would have ETS'd, gotten out of the Army from Korea, and then been sent back to the United States. So it would have been a pain. So I re-enlisted so that hopefully I get out of the Army in the United States. But then once I got back to the United States, around when it was coming up for time for me to be able to be eligible for getting close to get out, my ETS date, my time for getting out of the Army, was going to be during the same time we were going to be deployed with my my unit that I was in at the time, the 3rd ACR. And so they said you're going to probably get stop lossed, so you might as well re-enlist anyways and get a bonus. So I re-enlisted, got a bonus. And then the last time I re-enlisted was because we came back from the deployment, and the date that I was going, the amount of time that I had left in the Army wasn't enough time left in the Army for me to move to Fort Hood, Texas with 3rd ACR, and it also wasn't enough time for me to stay in the Army or stay on Fort Carson. So I was going to probably come up on orders to go to Korea again, which would put me back in that same situation I was originally. So I re-enlisted so that I could stay on Fort Carson and not come up on orders for anything. And then that was the last time I had to re-enlist. And that ended up taking me out to almost 11 years. It was like 10 years and 7 months or something like that. So that was basically why. Tip, never say thank you to a drill sergeant and never say sorry. Yeah, that'd probably be... Sometimes they'll jack with you for anything you say. But yeah, I would say that's still a fairly good tip. What are some things I should do to help me study for the ASVAB? I would say just doing the practice tests. I was talking about it earlier in the stream, but they have a lot of practice tests you can do online just by simply doing a Google search for, ASVAB practice test, and do a bunch of those. Do a lot of different ones. Don't do the same website all the time. Find different ones, because sometimes they'll have different questions, different variations. So that's what I would say. I would say find different ones to practice for. It's got an older question that caught my eye. Do warrant officers carry swords? They do not. Sometimes in the CAV, they'll do it for just like ceremonial purposes, like special formations or special ceremonies or something like that. But normally, no, they don't just walk around carrying swords. I just happened to catch that one a little bit farther back in the comment sections. I'm enlisted in the Guard ship in March. Captain at RSP wants me to be an officer. Think I can switch AIT for OSIT this close? So you're not going to be able to do OSIT unless you have a 4-year degree. So if you already have a 4-year degree, I don't know if you can switch. I don't know if you can switch or not, though. That part I don't know. But in order to even qualify for OCS regardless, you need to have a 4-year degree to be able to even do that. But if you already have that, then cool. But if you don't, then you don't even qualify for OCS. Have you ever been to Fort Hood? I have, yes. I was at Fort Hood last year in May, hanging out, doing some training, and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's a fairly decent area when you get a little bit farther away from Fort Hood, but I was never stationed on Fort Hood. So in the Army, I've never actually been stationed in Fort Hood. So when would be the best time to join the Army, summer or winter? I guess it depends on you. Are you more of a, summer person or a winter person, I guess? So it depends on what kind of weather you want to do your basic training in. Do you want to do basic training in the winter, or would you rather do basic training in the summer? Some places like Georgia, it was hot and humid and it was rough, but I would probably rather still do basic training in the summer rather than the winter, because I hate the cold. So I guess it depends on you. Always wondered, did you have any other jobs before joining the Army? I did. I was a delivery. So my last job before joining the Army anyways was a pizza delivery guy for Domino's. I delivered pizzas for Domino's in my hometown. Before that, I think I did worked at an automotive place, kind of helping out. I've worked in a grocery store, kind of the meat department, being a busboy at a restaurant, working at the fairgrounds to help pick up trash and other junk. But my last job before I joined the Army was delivering pizzas for Domino's. Were you issued Iraq Most Wanted plane when you were in Iraq? Are you talking about the playing cards? No, that was during OAF 1, like the very beginning of the war. When I went, it was OAF 3 is what it was considered. And so they didn't do the cards anymore. That was really just an OAF 1 thing. It would be cool to have. Those things would be awesome to have, like if I had a pair of those or a set of those cards, but that was more of an right at the beginning of the war thing. Can you grow a mustache on recruit course? Well, you can grow a mustache in the Army, regardless. It just has to be within certain standards. I have a video on appearance standards, and if you really wanted to check out what the appearance standards are, that video explains like what you can do with a mustache. But basically, it can't be too bushy, it can't hang over your lip, and it can't go past the corner of your mouth. So it's pretty strict on how you have a mustache. It usually looks pretty weird. I always thought it was weird when people have mustaches in the Army because it looks funky. See you at the Bataan Death March, brother. I will buy you a beer. Thanks, James. I'm going to be there. I'm 99% sure that I'm going. I haven't purchased the tickets yet and reserved my hotel yet. Hopefully we're going to be doing that this week or this coming week or whatever, because then the price goes up on the 11th. So before the 11th, we got to purchase our tickets and book our hotel. But me and my friend, who's also going to be doing it as well, Dave, the thing I think that's going to stop me from doing it now is if I get injured or something comes up for that day. But the plan is to do it. I just haven't purchased the ticket yet. What is the like goal? 50 likes. What are we at? 53. We passed it. Passed it. Passed the goal. You guys are awesome. Thank you for liking the stream. I mean, we can try to go over. I mean, we only have about a little over 10 minutes probably before I cut off the stream. I mean, we can try to get to 100, but I don't see us getting to 100. I'm pretty excited. We got to 54 right now. So, but yeah, thank you for liking the stream. We got to our like goal for this stream, so that's awesome. I need to start making it to where maybe there's some kind of incentives for getting to it. I don't know what we do. Extend the live stream or something? I don't know. Maybe we'll start doing something like that. Maybe next time, where if we meet our goal, we'll extend the live stream by like 30 minutes or something. I don't know. We'll see. What job in the Army has the most females? Trying to think. There's probably a lot of MOSs, certain MOSs like MPs. I've seen a lot of women as MPs. Supply. I don't know. It's tough. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what MOS really has the most. Gotta go see you. Well, thanks for hanging out. 9mm Madness. Can you have sideburns in the Army? You can, but they can only go to the opening of your ear. So they can't go past the lowest opening of your ear. So like, for example, my lowest opening part of my ear. So that means my sideburns cannot go longer than this right here. That would be the longest I'd be able to have my sideburns, which is what I pretty much would do in the Army, because I liked having sideburns a little bit. So I usually would have my sideburns, pretty much down there. So train safe, no injuries. Yeah, I'm taking it pretty easy. I haven't had any problems yet. Tomorrow I'll be doing a little 10-mile road march again, like I did the last couple weekends, but we're gonna do a different location. So tomorrow I'm meeting up with David again. That was in that last video. If you guys watched Road to Bataan episode today, me and David are meeting up again tomorrow to do another 10-miler. So, can you read my comment? Forged in steel? Is that your comment, or did you have a previous one? Let's see. Let's go back. Forged in steel. I don't see anything. This is a cool song. I dig this song. I don't see your comment, Forged in steel. But if that's what your comment was, is just read my comment, then I read it. But otherwise, I don't see a oh, there it is. Previous one. Here we go. I'm split on the Army or Navy. I would like the Army because you're typically boots on the ground plus specialized schools, but the Navy travels a lot and is on the ocean, which I love. That's really, a lot of it usually comes down to what job you want to do. Does the Army have the better opportunity to do the job that you want to do, or does the Navy have a better opportunity for the job you want to do? So that usually is what I usually tell people to consider. Super chat from WB. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. You're awesome. Come on, people, show the man some love. I agree. Thank you, man. But even just being here, I love that people are here. There was a time when I would hit that go live button on YouTube and nobody would show up. And it would just be a live stream video that would be on my channel for people to hang out and listen to me talking about whatever topic I had to talk about. Maybe one person would show up, maybe two people show up if I was lucky. But now here we are, 37 of you right now. Earlier it was at 40. It fluctuates usually. And I'm always excited for that. I love that there are people here for me to hang out with, to interact with, and all that stuff. So that is also still showing me some love. You don't have to, super chats are very awesome because it does help the channel. Those are how I am able to fund a lot of things because I use it solely for that. And, just being here, though, is still awesome. And then we got another super chat from James Foster. Thank you for the $2 donation, man. that helps me you know, afford and fund for my trip to New Mexico for the baton. But who will battle Baton Death March Squad? I agree, man. I agree. My goal is to maybe hit around 8 hours, 9 hours. Maybe I'll do a lot better than that. I have no idea. I'm not 100% sure, but that's at least the goal. Is to try to come in around 9 or 10 hours, or not 9 or 10, not 10, 8 or 9. 8 or 9 hours is the goal. Quicker would be obviously better, but we'll have to kind of see. This song is awesome. I like this song. It's kind of playing in the background. I use a service called Epidemic Sound, and that's where this is coming from. Hard drive. This song is awesome. I don't need to like add this to like a playlist or something. Add to playlist. Add to my favorites or something. There we go. I want to be able to find this song again. This song is awesome. This is called Hyperdrive by a guy who makes songs for this website that I use for my music. That was awesome. Tanker boots look awesome. They got that weird buckle. I don't know about that buckle. That buckle's kind of weird. What nobody? You're the #1 army YouTuber. I mean, maybe to some people, and that's awesome if so. But I mean, Matt Ward just hit 100,000 subscribers. He's killing it. You got what was it, a combat veteran, even though most of his videos are more comedy based, not really like educational like I'm doing. So those are all doing better than me. You have what was it, there's another guy, he's more for fitness though, he doesn't do education though, but really educational wise, the only bigger ones I know about is like Matt Ward, really. So Matt Ward's like my biggest competition. Cool dude. I had nothing against him or anything like that, but you know, friendly competition. You know, I don't wish him ill, but I would like to beat him and do better than him. But he is killing it right now. So right now, I am like nowhere near catching up to him, on path to catch up to him. Nothing. Matt Ward is killing it, and I got to give him props for that. But I'm definitely I can't statistically say that I'm the #1 YouTube army YouTuber, but maybe to some people, and if so, then awesome. Then that's cool. I appreciate that. Straight, simple, to the point. Sure. I don't know. What are you talking about? Could you do a 100-kilometer pack march, 62 miles? I'm already going to do a 50-miler, probably in August. Now you want me to do 62 miles? Man, you're really pushing it out there. I mean, I figure if a 50-miler one is going to end up taking roughly 18 hours, maybe, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what the math would end up being. Then that'd be kind of nuts. I don't know. A 62 mile would take forever, man. That's like a whole day. It's like a straight up day. What do you think about the Green Beret getting a death penalty? I don't think I've heard about that. I don't pay attention to the news a whole lot, so a lot of news stuff I end up missing. Oh, so you guys found the secret to getting me to read your questions. You just got to say, read my comment. Or I missed your comment, and then I feel sorry and I feel bad, and then I have to go back and find your comment. So, all right, what do we got? We got A-Will GQ. A-Will GQ. Let me look back and see what I found. What is the best duty station? In my opinion, I feel like Fort Carson because of the area. I like the area of Fort Carson. You know, you're always going to have problems with leadership. You know, some people may have great leadership on Fort Carson. Some people may have bad leadership, and that's any base you go to. You can't base a good duty station based on the leadership because that can be anywhere. You have to base a good duty station based on the entertainment in the area, things to do, the lifestyle, and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I like Fort Carson. Fort Carson's pretty close to get to Denver, so if you're into sports, they have a lot of, you know, every major sporting event in the area. If you're into outdoors, there's a lot of that. If you're into the desert, go down south. There's a lake down there, even too, to go boating on. A lot of places to go fishing, all that stuff. So I like Fort Carson, and that's why I stayed here. You know, I kind of eventually want to move out of this area, maybe move closer to California, not in California though. But yeah. Your #1 to us, to use, or to us, Chris. Thank you, Jay the Vorn. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. How do you put a new rank on a uniform after getting promoted? They will put it on you. You kind of usually do like a promotion ceremony. So you'll do it in front of formation. Usually it's in front of like, they'll have some kind of formation, and anybody's getting promoted will come up at the end of the day. You know, it'd be like end of the day formation. You'll come up to the front, and then someone from your leadership will usually be the one to promote you, and they'll just put it on your chest, and nowadays they kind of lighten up a little bit on it, but most units still kind of do this where they'll kind of punch you in the chest because it goes right in the center, on your rank. So they put it on you, they probably punch you. Usually the higher the rank, the harder you get punched. However, if you are someone who is lower ranking than that person, you don't punch them because it's just kind of the tradition is you only get to punch them if you outrank them or equal rank to that person. And then from there on, after you've done the initial promotion and actually someone's put it on you, then from there you just put it on your own uniforms. It's just Velcro. It Velcros on. You haven't watched him in like 3 months, Matt Ward. I watched a few of his videos here and there. I am subscribed to Matt Ward. You got to keep an eye on your competition, I guess, and see what he's doing. What is it that's attracting 100,000 subscribers to him? He makes a lot of basic training videos. A lot of basic training videos. I feel like you should have ran out of basic training content by now. But hey, props to him. It's working. It's working. He's got 100,000 subscribers, doing better than me. So I've tried my best. What I have for dinner: meat pizza or nachos. Nachos sound really good. I'd go with nachos, man. Nachos is awesome. I like nachos. Yo, what's up, Chris? Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah, Tanner. Getting punched reminds me of the blood wings. That's what they used to do, kind of, well, not blood wing, yeah, kind of like that. So they used to do it where you'd have the rank on your collar, which is the style uniform I was wearing when I got promoted to sergeant, and then later we switched to the digital uniform for the other style where the rank was on your chest. But when I promoted to sergeant, it was, you put the pin on rank, which is pin on, not Velcro, and it's pin on, and they would leave the backs off of them, and they'd hit you on the collar, so it would go in there pretty good. And I got it pretty good on. I have a photo somewhere, so I'd have to dig it out. Maybe if I remember one day, I'll dig it out and maybe post it somewhere or whatever. But I have a photo of the little holes on my collarbone, on my chest, or on my shoulder up here from the little prongs going into my skin. It was rough, but I hung in there and I went through it. When I got pinned my PFC rank, I got punched by a PV2. Never forgave him for that. Yeah, so you're not supposed to do that. If you don't outrank the person, you're not supposed to get to hit him. He's trying to get nervous kids about it to get off that bus. Oh, Matt Ward. He's got all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm interested in joining the 75th Ranger Regiment. Any advice? Get in really good shape because you have to go through RASP. If you have not seen my Ranger video, it tells you all about how that process kind of works to go and try to get into the Ranger Regiment, the 75th. But yeah, probably being in really good shape would be a key part. What is your favorite song? Oh man, right now I really like it's a song called Crushed by Parkway Drive. Maybe that one. That might be my favorite song right now. It's Crushed by Parkway Drive. Favorite anime? I don't watch anime. Sorry. I don't know anything about anime. Hi, Chris. LOL. Nachos are my favorite also. Awesome, Sabrina. Nachos are amazing. Now talking about nachos, I kind of want to go to the gas station and go get nachos. Oh, it's tempting. I don't know. You guys screwed me. I might have to go get nachos now. That's twice that I've heard the word, someone talking about nachos, and now I kind of want nachos. I just get gas station nachos. You just get or I could get like maybe the what are they called? Just the chips with the jar of queso. Maybe that'd be really good. I kind of want that. I might end up doing that. I don't know. It's not very healthy because I'm kind of sort of dieting or trying to keep a good healthy-ish diet while I work out to help make it easier. That's probably not very healthy. I don't know. I'll have to think twice. We'll see. Hey, Chris, I'm currently about to graduate AIT as an 8A mic. Awesome. I'm headed to Fort Carson, assignment to an MP unit. Can you give me any idea of what I will be doing day-to-day deployment? Thank you. There are some units deploying like in Fort Carson area. Sometimes there's not a whole lot going to like combat areas. There is a unit that just got back from Afghanistan, but most of the units on Carson currently are deploying to other training areas like either Poland or Germany or something like that, sometimes for like 6 months. So there's a chance of that always. As far as what you'd be doing like on a day-to-day type of thing, you're probably just gonna be doing stuff for the MPs. So like as an 88 mic, one of the big things is like ammo. So like I'm sure they're gonna have like training events going on where even just other people in the unit, non-88, non-MPs or whatever, are going to have to, do qualifications. So you're probably hauling ammo out to the training range, hauling equipment out to, the field exercises. On the days when you're not in the field, you're just in the motor pool doing maintenance on your trucks and doing PMCSs on them, checking them out. Occasionally probably having to go pick up parts from one of the buildings on Fort Carson to bring back for maintenance people to work on the vehicles. Things like that would probably be a lot of it. There's also going to be like some days where you're just probably sitting around doing nothing, but that's a lot of jobs in the Army sometimes, where you have days that are super busy, weeks that are super busy, whatever, and then some days that are just super chill. So carne asada nachos, yeah, sounds pretty good. What's the best topping for nachos? I vote cheese and jalapenos. I just stick it to a basic. No nachos, you're training. See, James, that's what I'm talking about, man. But it sounds so good. See, now everybody's talking about nachos in the chat, though, man, and it's so tempting. I've been keeping it pretty good for the most part. Like the days that I do, like have something like a cheeseburger or something like that, then I up my workout to try to burn off the extra calories. I didn't do, like I was going to do a workout today, but we moved it to tomorrow, so we'll be doing it tomorrow. But I mean, I guess I can work off the nachos tomorrow on my 10-miler. Maybe. I don't know. But for the most part, I've been keeping it pretty good. I don't drink much soda or any soda. I mean, I have the Rockstar still in the morning, but usually that's the only kind of sugary drink I really have. Well, I guess Gatorade still has sugar in it, but still better than like a Coke or something like that. So, I don't know. We'll do a few more questions. We're already at an hour. And then possibly later I'll probably do maybe a gaming live stream, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Super chat from Massive, $1.99. Thank you for the super chat. With love from the National Guard. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for the donation. You're awesome. The lights are blinking because you're awesome. Anything on chips that you can get your hands on will do for me. See, you guys are still talking about dang nachos. See, what am I supposed to do, James? Everybody's talking about nachos and carne asada. And look, even I have chili queso dip. How am I supposed to not, after this live stream, go to the gas station and get some nachos or something, man? Hey, Chris, see, look what we got here. Hey, Chris, do you like Doritos? I like Doritos. Doritos are good. Now we're on this kick of food that I shouldn't be eating. Man. Thank you so much, ThatChrisChaos. I greatly appreciate that. We are the Mighty Mikes. I agree. Awesome. Hey, have you put... Jesus Christ. We got more nachos questions. You kill me. Have you put nachos on a plate, then sprinkled shredded cheese all over and microwave them? It's really tasty. See what I'm dealing with here, James? We're supposed to be disciplined and training for this crazy march. I don't know if I can pull it off. No, I'll be fine. Like I said, it'll be okay. I can have some nachos tonight, and then tomorrow morning when I go to do my 10 miles, I'll work it off anyways, and it'll be all burnt. It'll be burnt off anyways. So, kale? No, I definitely don't like kale. That's for sure. Let's not get too crazy with this dieting thing. All right. I joined this stream since Chaos Live number 33. Man, that's awesome. We're on 40 right now. So that's several weeks back, because I only really do these specific numbered ones once a week. So 33 would still be, several weeks back. So that's awesome. Thank you for continuing to come back to Chaos Live. Sorry for starting the nacho talk. See what you did? Give me $5. Got everybody talking about nachos and everything like that. Now I want nachos or maybe even chips and queso dip or something. I don't know, man. You guys are killing me. Hey, Chris, do you make lots of friends in the Army? And what was your best memory? Yeah, you usually make quite a few friends and everything like that. And I have a lot of them I still talk to and everything. Best memory? My best memory, I think, as far as like doing something fun with a friend, was there was a time when I was in Korea, and there was a guy that I was friends with, and me and him went to this area that was actually supposed to be restricted for military to be in that area, but it was pretty far enough away from the base that courtesy patrol, which were the MPs, they were kind of patrolling certain areas to try to make sure people weren't out past curfew and all that kind of stuff. It was far enough out that they didn't patrol that area, and we went to that area and we partied all night long. The clubs there didn't close until 7 o'clock in the morning. We partied all night, all the way until 7 o'clock in the morning until the clubs shut down, and then we went and got a hotel and passed out for a few hours, and it was great. It was awesome. That was one particular memory that stands out that was awesome, that I loved. Man, you guys now you guys are talking about food. Chris, you like Mexican food? I do. Mexican food is probably one of my favorites. Either Mexican food or Italian food. I don't know. I like Mexican food, though. Mexican food is pretty awesome. I'm picking up my Patriots Super Bowl hat Monday morning. Oh, yeah. No, I don't care either way. I mean, I'm going to root for the Rams, I guess, but I feel like the Patriots probably have the better chance of winning. Eat nachos while watching the Super Bowl? I don't know what we'll end up eating. I don't know. That's probably good Super Bowl food, too. What's your favorite emoji? I don't know. All I see is squares on yours right now. I don't know if I have a favorite emoji. Probably the little rock-on thing. Do the little, let's see. How do you get to the emojis? This guy. This is a good emoji right here. Bam. There you go. My favorite emoji. Hey, Chris, did you stepped in North Korea soil ever for a sec? I have. I have been technically. There's some certain sections at the DMZ where you kind of cross over into North Korea-ish. So technically, yes. As far as like it was inside of a building though, like via a building. They have the buildings right on Conference Row, and if you go past the other side of the table, you're technically in North Korea. And I've been in North Korea that way. Actually on the ground, like on some soil, I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Not that I remember anyways. So, all right, we'll do a couple more questions. We'll cut this off. I might go get me some chips and queso dip. I don't know. We'll see. And then hopefully maybe come back in a few hours, couple hours, whatever, for a little late night gaming live stream if you guys want to join in for that. All right. You were going to eat MRE for Super Bowl? No, that'd be horrible. I have some MREs. I got some MREs back here, underneath my little table back here. Back there, I got some MREs I'm saving for a future video that I need to do. But that'd be horrible. Definitely not an MRE for the watch on the Super Bowl. So maybe this will be the last question. Let's see. Chris, please let me know if I'm waiting to have my fiance has retired from the Army and still there. He says that they won't let them leave. I'm waiting for my man to return. I don't know what your scenario is, but I feel like a lot of times when people are asking me this kind of question or something like that, it's someone they're talking to online that is a scammer. I don't know if that's the situation with yours because I don't know your full story, but if that is the case, message me on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. Tell me a situation, but I feel like the sound of this question sounds like the question I get all the time from a lot of people that are in the process of being scammed by somebody who's not even really in the Army. There's probably going to be a future video, maybe, I don't know, maybe, no, it probably won't be this Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe a future video, another kind of scamming type of video, because I've been getting a lot of questions and comments and messages and stuff about like scams and people possibly being scammed, and I want to try to help out those people the best that I can. So yeah, but it sounds like your question sounds like something I get about people who are possibly being scammed. So message me on Facebook or Instagram. Find me on there. So yeah, and I agree with Evie. Scammers suck. It's horrible. Okay, Chris, got to go. Need to go to the convenience store before they run out of nachos. Better hurry up, Jay the Vorn. I agree. We're about to end this here. We make a video if you get a hands-on MRE pizza. I will. I have to get my hands on one, though. So let's see. I'm looking for a question to see what's the last question I can do that's Army related. Chris, have you heard of Arma 3 and would you play it? I know what Arma 3 is. I used to teach or kind of use the software that kind of comes from Arma called VBS 3 to train soldiers. But I haven't really played Arma 3. I played Arma 2 with the zombie mod, DayZ. Sorry. But I haven't really gotten into it that much. So, but Arma's okay. I mean, I don't mind it, I guess. Looking to see, was there a question? I'm up for a gaming live stream. Hopefully I can join your game. Well, it probably won't be, I probably won't do multiplayer. I'm not a big multiplayer game kind of fan. So, yeah. There's a little delay I saw that then heard you. There's a delay? Strange. I was looking for one more kind of thing. You guys are asking questions about MOSs that I don't probably know a whole lot about. Would you rather be a 12 mic or a 68 whiskey? I don't even know what a 12 mic is. Can you do MOS Monday on a 42 Alpha? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Rations card. Here we go. This is the last question right here. Ration cards still issued? Not really. They do have it sort of for in Germany for like cigarettes, but it's not necessary. It's like more for, I think because like cigarettes are like super cheap or something like that or super expensive. I think it's super expensive like in Germany. And so they do like these ration cards to try to offset the price or something like that. But for the most part, it's very rarely used. Maybe there's certain situations in Germany that kind of uses that, but for the most part, no. So yeah. So all right. So this is gonna probably end our live stream. We got my little thing. If you want a free sticker, you can send me a self-addressed envelope, preferably with a stamp on it, to this address here. This address is also down in the description, so you don't have to worry about trying to hurry up and write this down right now. But this is my P.O. box, so if you want to send me letters to say what's up, you want to send me rock stars, is awesome. I love rock stars. Rock stars are great. You can do so. Or like I said, if you want to send me just a empty envelope that has your address on it with a stamp on it, as long as I still have Chaos stickers, I'll throw a Chaos sticker in there for you. So there you go. And then someone subscribed to the channel just now, but I'm on a different screen, so I can't see that. So, but yeah, so that's the address. It is also down in the description down below. Social media down below. So if you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I mainly use Instagram more anyways. Some of the stuff that I post to Instagram automatically gets posted to Facebook. Same with like YouTube stuff get automatically. So I don't really use Facebook a whole lot. More of using Instagram. So there you go. So that's it. Like I said, most likely, I think maybe in maybe an hour or two, maybe do a gaming live stream. Hopefully, we'll see how it kind of plays out, and then go from there. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. You guys rule. We got to 70 likes, is what I see here on the screen. So, if you didn't already like the stream, go and show it some love. Hit that like. If you're not subscribed for some reason, you hung out for all this time, you should probably subscribe. It's the cool thing to do. All right. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. See ya.